Just send this mail ID to the new students, then we can join, and after the class we'll discuss where the lacuna is, where is the mail ID missing. Or else you can do one thing, you can message me your mail ID.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that I can update here, I can check this mail ID. I have the mail ID like Suman Sinha 955. Suman Mishra, are you present? Suman Mishra 955.
Yes, sir.
You got the link?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then Sinha Animal 302. Sinha Animal 302. Is this your mail ID?
Yes, sir.
You got the link?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mayor Debbarma.
Yes, sir. I receive it, sir.
You, okay. Bhagirath PNS @gmail.com. Bhagirath, have you received?
Sir, he is not there in the group.
Acha, is not now. Okay. Okay. So rest, which mail ID I have missed? Tell your mail ID.
Sir, obmalaka360@gmail.com.
Spelling.
ABHI
Hmm.
MALA
Hmm.
AR
MAR.
MALAKAR Obi Malakar, sir.
KR
360
360.
@gmail.com, sir.
Okay. Okay, all right. I will change it, add it. Okay. Okay. So let's start. So in previous class, do you just brush up me what you have studied? In the previous class, what you have studied? Just brief me. Any
C
doubt if
and
you have?
we studied about C and introduction about B and all.
Okay. So we know okay, what is how the language is slowly developed, and how this assembler, compiler, interpreter, how it is required and why it is required. So due to only to convert the source program to object level program, we need this all this intermediator. So once the language is developed, first language is your BCPL. Already we discussed BCPL. उसके बाद B, then we need C. We read C. C is developed in 1972 by the Dennis Ritchie. So it is a programming language. What is a program? Program is a set of instruction. What is a instruction? Instruction are the set of meaningful information. What is an information? The process data is known as the information. What is the data? It is the raw fact. A raw fact is known as the data. So this is all about, and your program when it is going under execution, it is called a process. So once our operating system and system software is installed, our everything now hardware, software, everything is now fixed. So now we have a computer in front of us or a laptop in front of us. So we don't go to the advanced thing like your Android and all the things. So we just start the beginning in C. Then C is a programming language, and it is developed by Dennis Ritchie. And the main funda of C, why we use C? Now it is a language which can express how it is expressed. So for that we have to install some operating the application software like the Turbo C compiler or Turbo C++ compiler or Dev C++ compiler. So all these things we can use to write the programming in C. So have you in the BCA career, have you done any program in C?
Yes, sir.
You have done the program in C. Then why you can just describe me how this program you done, how to start, how to proceed. Can you just give me some idea?
We first of all we go to the Neo and we write the coding. After that, we do the uh, before some checking and execute.
Where you have to write that program? Where?
In the this one application, the which one you say, like Turbo C or Turbo C++ or Dev C++,
Dep
sir.
Dep C++.
Very good. So these are the Dev C++, Turbo C++. These are the software. These are the application software upon which we can write a program. What is the need of this Turbo C++? Why not we write this program in the Notepad? We can write in the Notepad. Why we write in the Turbo C++? Because like a dictionary, we have a dictionary, and in dictionary all the meanings are present there. Yes or no? So if we found any difficulties, we can take the help of dictionary, and the dictionary work is it will check our input program with its the program stored which inside it. Then if it is matched, then it says your input is okay. If it is not matched, it is says that you have some error. Okay. So similarly, Turbo C++ compiler, what is it? It contains? It contains some library file, it contains some header file, and what does it do? What is the importance of this? Because it consists of all the definition, all the meaning of all our input what we do in the computer. Suppose, for example, suppose in English alphabet you can say A B C D, but if in English alphabet you can write Hindi or Bengali or like this, then it cannot fruitful. It will show you the error, because English dictionary, English alphabet, there is no meaning of this or all these things. Okay. Similarly, so in computer, Turbo C++ or Dev C++, the compiler which is consist, it contains the all the library file, and it is a consist of all the meanings. If it does not found any meaning, then it is worthless and it will show you the error. So to write a C program, as you know, C is a middle level language. There are generally three types of language: lower level, middle level, and high level. And high level language, which is not case sensitive, like your COBOL, HTML, all these are high level language. And low level language, like the object oriented language or assembly language, are the low level language. And C is a middle level language. C is also case sensitive. We cannot write the capital letter in place of small letter, or small letter in place of capital letter. So for writing a C program structure, we have a different step. First step, we can write the comment line. Comment line is written. What is the importance of comment line? To know the program's information. Suppose I want to know the program is developed by whom, on which year it is developed, or how it is developed, who developed. So all this information I can store in this comment line. So one of the programming structure in C language is your comment line. Then your second line is your preprocessor directive. What is preprocessor directive? In this preprocessor directive, that is called hash. We can write hash include stdio.h. Just 1 minute. Hello. Hello. ହଁ ଜଗନ ବାବୁ, ମୁଁ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲି ତାଙ୍କ ସହିତ। ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କହିଲେ ମୋ ପାଖରେ କିଛି ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ତ ନାହିଁ, ମତେ ଟିକେ ଆପଣ ମେଲ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ବୋଲି ମତେ କଣ କହିଲେ। ଆଉ ମୁଁ ତ ଏବେ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଅଧଘଣ୍ଟେ ଛାଡିକି 20 ମିନିଟ୍ ଖଣ୍ଡେ ଛାଡିକି ଫୋନ କରୁଛି। Okay, so second we can see preprocessor directive, which is started with a hash symbol. We can write hash include stdio.h. Have you wrote this whenever you start the C program writing? Have you wrote this statement hash include stdio.h? Any one of
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
Why you wrote this? What is the meaning of this hash include stdio.h? Why you wrote?
Which library function is already present there? That's why we need to call.
This has represent as the preprocessor directive and include stdio.h. H is represent the header file, and this stdio means standard input output header file. So this is a header file which consists of so many library functions, and which library functions contains the meaning of all these things. So instead of defining again and again, we just import that stdio.h so that we can able to use all the things, all the library function, keywords, everything which is defined inside that function. Next is in the syntax we can use the global variable declaration. The global variable declaration means if we want to define a variable which can be used everywhere, which can be used my all the programs which are inside a drive, then at that place we can use global variable. After that, then main function we can write main function. Actually, all the C program starts its execution from the main program. So if you don't write the main program, we cannot execute the C program. So we can start the execution from the main, and then we can start a curly brace, and within that curly brace we can write the local variable and the statement, and we can use this user defined function. If we define any function, we can write it. Okay, are you able to understand this thing? Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the structure, initial structure of your C program, and then we can use the comment line in C also. The comment for comment line, there are two types of comment line we are using. One is your single line comment line, and one is your multiple line comment line. In single line comment line, we just simply put two slash mark in it, and in your multi-line comment line, we can start with the slash with your star, then we can use it as the symbol. So comment line, why we use comment line? It informs to the compiler. It does not executed by the compiler actually. It is only take the information, or it is only for the user purpose. User can understand why he wrote this program. The main motive is for the user, how and why he wrote this program. The main thing it is defined. Okay, so comment line is not executed by any compiler. Then I can show you. Suppose I want to write a simple statement. Suppose I want to display a number or display a message. Then how can I do this? How can I write this message? Let me share the screen if possible. No, here. Let me. Okay. Is my screen visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we discuss now, let me show you here. You see, this is the structure of program. Comment line, preprocessor directive, global variable, main function. Then inside this main function, you can use the local variable or function. And here you see this opening brace is important. Without this opening brace, we cannot able to start or write any program. And after the completion of this writing, we just close this curly brace. So this open brace and curly brace, whatever the statement inside it, it is called your block. It is called your block of this line, and the comment line is represent like this. And also sometimes we can, if it is single comment line, we just put 2 slash on it. So as a preprocessor directive, we know it is a standard input output header file, and which can consist of all the library function and the keywords meaning, and which is used for the declaration. And if I want to use a particular variable in different program, at that time we just put it as a global declaration, and all the C program starts its execution from the main function.
Yes.
Then from this main function, we can start it, and after main function, we just
Yes.
start the curly brace. We start this curly brace, and after ending of this block, we just close this curly brace. So this is, suppose, a simple program. I want to display a message C language. So this is the syntax of writing this code. Printf C language. Why this printf is used? Printf is a function. Which type of function? Printf is a library function. Library function means already print function is defined by the compiler, defined by the header file. By which header file? There are stdio.h header file. For this, the stdio.h, we can able to write printf. If we will not write hash include stdio.h, then we are unable to use this printf function. This printf is a library function. So you see the structure, how it is written. So include stdio.h, the preprocessor directive, the header file we import. Then we write int main void printf welcome to C programming language. So whatever thing I have written inside this double quote, it will simply display. Printf means display, and this welcome to C programming language is display now. So my output is welcome to C programming language. Okay, so this is a simple program. Whenever you start write, this is a simple program. If you have installed, you try to install dev C++ in your system, and you just try to practice this C program, whatever we just completed here. If I give you some more program also, you try to practice it in your system. Okay. And then what are the steps for compiling and executing the program? So there are 2 steps actually. After writing the source program, since the computer does not understand the source program, we have to compile it. What is compiler? Compiler converts the source program to the object program by reading at a time. So in this compiler, when we compile our program, the compiler, what it will does, it is analyze our program developed by us, and it is matching, it is do matching all and every word, all and every letters to this compiler predefined function. If it is found okay, then it is proceed. If it is found not okay, it shows your error. So compiler, first process is compilation. So is compiler is a software program that analyze a program developed in a particular computer language and translate it into the form of suitable for execution. On a particular computer system, the steps are in the after writing the program, before compiling, we can save our program by going to the file save as. So since it is a C program, we can store it with a .c extension. Like suppose my program name is xyz, then I can save it as xyz.c. So now my C program is written and saved. Then when I want to execute it, this source program, then what I will do, in the command prompt, we can write gcc. It is a command which is used to, for the compilation, we can use this command gcc. It is a compiler which can, so we can write the gcc program1.c gcc. So in the first step of compilation, the compiler examines each program. What program we have written, the compiler is try to execute it. If any mistake are discovered by the compiler during this phase, they are reported to the user and the compilation process ends the right here. And if any error found this time at the compilation time, then it is called your syntactic error. Syntactic error. And if the error is found by the variable that is not defined, that is called your semantic error. So generally two types of error we know. One is syntactic, one is semantic. Syntactic means syntactical error. Suppose you have to put comma or you have to put semicolon, instead of that you have given your full stop. So that is a syntactical error. But if I can forget all the one thing, suppose printf, and in that printf I can write scanf. So it is a semantic error. I forgot something. Suppose in printf I can write, in case of small p, I can write capital P. Then it is called your syntactic error. But in case of P, if I will write S, then it is a semantic error. So when all the syntactic and semantic errors are removed and no further error is there, then at that moment we say we can able to compile our program. So we go to the compile option of that dev C++, we can compile it, and once it is compiled, then our source program is converted to your object code. This source program is converted to object code, and this object code have an extension O. So all my datas are converted to another type of language, that is object code language, and my extension is now O. So after this program has been translated into the object code, it is ready to be linked. So then what is done? So once it is ready that you can able to move to the border, you will be able to move inside the border, then it is easy for you to link. So source program is now compiled. After compilation, your object file is produced. Once the object file is produced, this object file starts linking each and every of its bit with the our compiler object, which is inside the this compiler. So this process, all the process can done automatically, as we don't have to do anything after the compilation. If it is successful, it is definitely goes to the next session and fill up it. So if in the program uses other program that were previously processed by the compiler, then during the phase the program are linked inside or okay. So if this program is previously processed by the compiler, then This is the library function which is come. It is goes inside that library function. Okay, so in this way we can compile this progress. Once the compilation matches, then we can execute the program by clicking on the execute button, and in the execution you see the output, the display things. So the final link file which is an executable by the object code, then it is stored another file on the system, so ready to run and execute it. So a.out by default, the executable file usually has the same. Okay, so once the executable file is done, we can see the output. Once the output you have seen, then the program, if it is a the dynamic programming, dynamic means at the runtime we can supply the input, then the input screen we can supply the input, or else we can see the output in the output screen. Sometimes the program which is entered by this execution is called an event. Event is any type of movement from one state to another state. It is called an event. And suppose I say mouse is clicked. So when I click the mouse, my screen is opened. Then the click the mouse is an event, and the screen is opened is an action. So there is a close relationship between event and action. So event is the mouse click, and the action is the screen opening. So it is necessary to go back from this logic, so we can debug this phase, and after debugging we can able to run this program, and our program becomes a successful C program. So you must have the idea about your algorithm, flowchart, everything, so no need to discuss about that. So algorithm is the step-by-step procedure to solve a particular problem, and your uh, flowchart is the graphical representation of the algorithm to represent the problem statement. Is it okay? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me note. एक मिनट, let me. So Mayur, have you got your registration number, Mayur?
Registration, sir? No,
So
no,
you
yes, sir.
can send me or mail me, all of you, your registration number also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so for today this much, so you can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm? Uh, oh, sorry.